everyone being terrorized by these radicalized Islamists in Nigeria, and we've got the Tinubu government sitting back and not doing enough. I recently just was interviewed by Nigerian television, Arise TV, and that was really their question. Is the Tinubu government doing enough? And I had to answer, no, they are not. And I do not understand how a delegation can come here to the United States and downplay and come up with all of these other excuses as to why this is allowed to happen. It should be rejected and should be called out for what it is.
But particularly, the United States is concerned and outraged by the ongoing slaughter of thousands of Christians in Nigeria by various ethnic militias in the Middle Belt, as well as terrorists like Boko Haram and ISIS West Africa in the north. It is tragic and it is unacceptable. Churches are burning, villages are being razed, thousands are killed, clergy murdered simply for wearing a cross, for being a Christian, for daring to say they worship Jesus as Christ. Just yesterday, 25 little girls were kidnapped from their school, and one school official murdered trying to protect them, from MAGA Comprehensive Girls Secondary School in Kebbi State. Colleagues, this is happening. It's undeniable, and it's unacceptable. The United States condemns these attacks in the strongest terms, and it demands accountability. And as President Trump has made clear, we will not stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria. The government of Nigeria must take immediate steps and do more to increase security, respond to early warnings, end impunity, and address the drivers of violence.
Thursday, November 20th, 2025 will be remembered as the day Nigeria's President Bola Ahmed Tinubu faced his most humiliating international indictment. The halls of the Rayburn House office building in Washington, D.C. became a courtroom, not in the legal sense, but in the court of global opinion, where Nigerians' reputation, sovereignty, and President Tinubu's competence were put under the harshest spotlight imaginable. Before we go further, let me make this passionate appeal. Look at this analysis from YouTube. It shows that 96% of those that watch this channel have not subscribed. When you hit the subscribe button and like this video, you are not just supporting me, you are telling YouTube this content matters. The algorithm listens to subscribers and likes. It pushes our videos further. It helps us reach more Nigerians who need the truth. So if this video informed you, angered you, or make you think, please subscribe. Turn on the notification bell and hit the like button right now. The United States House of Representatives Subcommittee on Africa convened at 11 a.m. to review President Donald Trump's explosive decision to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern for several violations of religion freedom. What unfolded was a damning assessment of Tinubu's government failure to protect Nigerian lives. Let's be clear about what happened here. This wasn't just another boring diplomatic hearing. President Trump had already set the tone on November 1st, 2025 with a chilling warning. If the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the US will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may very well go into the now disgraced country, guns a-blazing, to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. Think about that. The President of the United States called Nigeria a now disgraced country and threatened military invasion. When was the last time America spoke about Nigeria like this? Never. Not even during our worst military dictatorships. Congressman B. Huizenga didn't mince words when he called Bola Ahmed Tinubu an incompetent leader. He said Tinubu is in denial why Nigerians are being slaughtered. Another US Congressman, Riley Moore, went even further when Tinubu pushed back against Trump's claims. Moore countered, unfortunately, that is completely false. There are states in Nigeria that have blasphemy laws. People are facing the death penalty right now for blasphemy against Islam. There is a person right now who is held in prison for defending himself from an attack by a Muslim militant from the Fulani tribe. He defended himself and is facing the death penalty. So there is a serious persecution happening in Nigeria, and President Tinubu, who is in a difficult position and trying to protect his interests there in that country, but they are complicit in this to one degree or the other. Complicit, that's the word an American lawmaker used to describe President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Not incompetent, not ineffective, complicit, as in actively allowing it to happen. The hearing also featured testimonies from Bishop Wilfred Anagbe of Makurdi Catholic Diocese, who had previously told UK Parliament on March 25, 2025, how his flock had seen their homes touched and were forced to flee to internally displaced persons camps. The bishop described how Benue State had been devastated by Islamist extremists and Fulani herdsmen targeting Christian communities, with farmers driven from their land, churches burned, and priests killed. Imagine a Nigerian bishop having to travel to foreign parliament to beg for help because his own government won't protect him. The hearing also featured Nina Shia, director of the Center for Religious Freedom, senior State Department officials including Jonathan Pratt and Jacob McGee, and Oge Onubogo from the Center for Strategic and International Studies. These aren't random activists. These are top-tier policy experts laying out evidence of systemic violence. If the country of particular concern designation is ratified by the US Senate, it will allow America to impose sanctions on Nigerian officials found complicit in religious persecution and limit certain forms of bilateral assistance. It also signals to the international community that religious freedom in Nigeria remains under serious threat. What this means is that Nigerian officials will face traveling ban to the US, asset freezes, and visa restrictions. American aid program worth millions of dollars could be suspended. International investors will see Nigeria as a pariah state. Our already struggling economy will take another massive hit. And the worst of it could be the possible invasion of Nigeria by the United States of America. Now, during the hearing, it was also revealed that Trump had already frozen aid, closing clinics, and leaving over 2 million Nigerians without access to HIV medication. In total, President Trump cancelled 54 foreign assistance programs just in Nigeria. 54 programs gone just like that. But the question on everyone's lips and mind is, will Donald Trump send military to invade Nigeria? Congressman Huizenga downplayed the likelihood of military action. I suspect that it is not a high priority. I don't envisage a surprise attack, he said, noting that Trump was more focused on halting the killings through economic pressure rather than military strikes. But here is what is really terrifying. The fact that we are even discussing the possibility of an American military intervention in Nigeria in 2025 shows how far we have fallen. We are not even talking about peacekeepers or advisors. Trump literally used the face wiped out and guns are blazing. Even if the chances are low, the mere threat damaged our sovereignty and exposed how vulnerable we have become. But in all of this, what has President Bola Ahmed Tinubu done in response to all of this? He sent Dr. Abiodun Esiet, his senior special assistant on community engagement, to Plateau State for a reconciliation meeting. During the visit, a farmer-herder dispute was resolved with a 500,000 compensation payment and the release of 2 size cows. 500,000 naira, 2 cows. That's the Tinubu administration response to genocide allegation from the United States Congress. Tinubu issued a statement saying, Nigeria stands firmly as a democracy governed by constitutional guarantees of religious liberty. Religious freedom and tolerance have been a core tenet of our collective identity and shall always remain so. Nigeria opposes religious persecution and does not encourage it. Beautiful words, empty words. While Tinubu is making statements, villages are being burned, churches destroyed, and Nigerians slaughtered. Let's call it what it is. Tinubu has failed spectacularly at the most basic duty of any president, protecting citizens. In 2 years, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration has proven to be one of the most incompetent, disconnected, and anti-people government in Nigerian democratic history. No previous administration has inflicted this level of hardship on the masses while showing such disregard for transparency, accountability, and responsible leadership. Under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, insecurity has exploded across multiple states. Economic hardship has reached crushing levels. Inflation has devastated ordinary Nigerians. The naira has collapsed. And now, we are facing potential sanctions and international isolation. Maybe the US Congress has a point. It is not about military intervention, that's madness, but about the systemic failure of the Nigerian government to protect its citizens. Whether it's Christians being killed in Plateau and Benue, Muslims being slaughtered in Zamfara and Sokoto, farmers being kidnapped for ransom, or students being abducted from schools, the Tinubu government has proven woefully inadequate. The problem isn't just Tinubu, it's a system that has consistently prioritized the comfort of the elites over the safety of the masses. It's a military that seems more interested in checkpoints than actual security. It is a political class that only remember the suffering of Nigerians during election season. This congressional hearing wasn't just about Nigerian CPC status. It was about whether Nigeria, as currently constituted under Tinubu leadership, deserves to be treated as a serious nation or a failed state that requires international intervention. The verdict from Capitol Hill was damning. Nigeria is falling, Tinubu is incompetent, and if things don't change, consequences will follow. The ball is now in Tinubu's court. Will he continue with symbolic gestures like 500,000 naira compensation payment? Will he keep issuing empty statements while Nigerians die? Or will he finally wake up and realize that his presidency and the Nigerians' future hangs in the balance? The world is watching, history is recording, and Nigerian people are suffering. This is the moment that will define Tinubu's presidency. Does he rise to the challenge, or does Nigeria sink deeper into chaos while he fiddles? Based on what we have seen so far, I am not so optimistic. If you like this video, please help Avalanche Media to grow and reach more audience. Hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell, like the video, comment and share. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.